welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am that innocent little actor who gets ambushed into ad-libbing by everybody. Doo. I almost said Oni.
And I am that sibling who's also the final boss, Soberoni.
And welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu, because quick, new lines, let's go.
She's trash.
Oh, wow. I guess I said new lines, and then you said
I did.
same.
I said That's part of the new.
Not very. That wasn't
You
very.
didn't
That wasn't very
you didn't
Kana of
say
you.
you didn't.
That
say
wasn't
be
very Kana of you. Kana.
Well, unfortunately, there's only one Kana, and I cannot be
Yes,
her.
yeah.
because I
It'd
am
be a
not
bitch.
perfect.
Clearly, it's not you.
I'm
Clearly
an
not you.
Akane.
Mm-mm.
I'm an Akane. I can't ad lib. I need to do fucking 10,000
Yo,
hours.
you're
of
not an
research for
Akane
every
either,
line.
unfortunately. it's giving purple hair.
I could be an Aqua and just bite the fuck out of you if you want.
That oh shit, that was Aqua. Well, you know, I'd consider that an improvement. Oh, so, honey, how was your day after Anime NYC?
It was good. I just spent most of this day unwinding, going over my collection of new Pokemon cards and learning how to play the Pokemon TCG. So that was fun. How about you?
Nice. I also kind of didn't do shit today, but what did I do? Oh yeah, I was getting my ass beat in that DBZ MOBA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that it was fun to kill Krillin. Krillin is ridiculous. I unlocked Krillin today. So much fun. So yeah, that was my day.
Chill day for both of us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I need sleep. I still need sleep. I just woke up early, that's why. Okay. So now we're gonna start the episode like we always do with our new segment, This Week in Anime. I'm gonna go quick because my news is super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So Aniplex USA confirms English dub for Bunny Girl Senpai and said sequel.
Damn, I was gonna pick that one too.
I'm glad you didn't. They confirmed at the panel on Anime NYC on Friday that it will produce an English dub for both anime. And my question is just why? Like, not just why, but like, what took you so long? And
apparently, so I actually knew something about this beforehand because I actually looked up to see if they had an English dub before. Something with licensing and it being on licensing hell from the last publisher or whatever. Basically, they didn't have the rights to do it, but I guess they sorted that out.
Damn, it's just like, I mean, I guess, but like at this point, it's like, oh well, anyone want to watch this dub? So it's like I didn't realize how old this was.
What, Bunny Girl Senpai? It's like what, 2020? No,
2018.
Yeah. Damn, I got it exactly right.
Yeah.
Go me.
Yeah, so girl, that's 6 years ago.
Oh yeah, because people totally don't watch anime from 2018 anymore.
I would say of all the anime that they watch from that age, the Rascal, like Bunny Girl Senpai, is not at the top of the list. Like we can both agree on that.
Bring up your hate with Savior. I disagree. I think it's one of the more popular shows.
I agree. I agree that it's popular. Well, I feel like it's one of those things that it's popular in Japan, not so much in the Western audience.
Maybe part of that's because it doesn't have a dub. I don't know, but
possibly.
But you know what they'll do? They'll throw it on like what you said. Aniplex got the rights to it. They'll probably just throw it on Hulu or some shit, and then it'll get like a little,
little bump
in the rating.
Yeah, a little bump in the marketing.
I think. It has the
They'll
potential
be
because
like,
people
"Hey
like
guys,
drama.
this dub
It
came
it
out."
speaks to the Oshinoko audience, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's giving more um damn, I every time I think about this anime, I forget about it and I remember it. It's Oregairu. There you go. Yeah, it gives more
Oh
Oregairu.
God, you're hating on it so
No, no, no,
hard
no, no,
right
no, no. It's
now.
much better than Oregairu. Much better. I'm just saying the way it's structured and formatted, the cadence and
It's like
everything.
Oregairu if Oregairu was good.
Yes, that part. Yes.
It is still coming out with like I think they're coming out with a new movie for it.
They're coming
So
out
it's
with it's actually an anime.
oh
Apparently it's
cool, even better.
covering them in college at
Oh.
university.
Oh, we need more college anime. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, and the series is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Oh, okay. So I guess if there's ever time to make a dub,
Now's the time.
now is the time. Also, I didn't know they had a season 2.
You
Or
didn't
I
have
didn't
season two,
remember. Or I guess I just simply didn't remember.
or maybe it wasn't season two, but like the movies.
No, apparently there's a second one. The rascal does not dream of a dreaming girl. That oh no, that is the movie. I
I was
lied.
about to say damn because I didn't know there was a season two.
I lied. It's gonna do things where it's just like yeah, they have like a bunch of movies, a
hmm
shit ton of movies, and then cut to you must. I don't know why they decided to make this an anime after like a shit ton of movies, but okay.
I'll take it. I don't like I maybe hot take, but I don't like when anime do the whole movie routes where it's like we're just gonna make 50 movies going forward and
Yeah,
not do any
I
more
don't.
anime seasons.
I also don't care for that either. Like I'm fine with you having one anime movie,
Yeah.
and if especially if it's like the last thing, like this is the conclusion, the movie, fine.
hmm
But yeah, just uh, one anime series, and then the rest are movies. Yeah, that's a choice. But you know, this is the kind of anime where they would do that. Like, so yeah, so to everyone who's looking forward to that, well, enjoy that dub.
And if you haven't seen Bunny Girl Senpai, now's a good time to pick it up because
Hmm.
the dub it's really worth watching.
Hmm. I think I'd actually be interested in just like listening to like an excerpt from dubs, because you know, as some of you might know, when it comes to dubs, in a lot of ways, my expectations are in hell.
Yeah, dubs tend to they're a lot better nowadays,
They
but also they
are.
tend to be hit or miss. Like
I
they're either really
think,
good or
and
really
it's not even
bad.
so much that. Well, like I said, I blame one the localization and two the casting directors.
hmm
'Cause, you know, I feel like actors they do the best job that they can, but at the end of the day, it's the director who, for some reason, hears like a woman with a deep ass voice and like, yes, let's pair this to an anime character who had a high ass voice for some reason.
Yeah, they're very inconsistent.
Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing how, because this is a show where it's just all about like talking and nuance. I want to see if they can like, you know, if it'll just hit the same.
Yeah, the dub will matter a lot. The localization will matter a lot too
Yes.
because this is definitely Bakemonogatari esque where they do a lot of like supernatural shenanigans.
Hmm.
So localization is going to be important.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in that.
hmm
Yeah. Oni, what do you have for us?
So if you guys haven't heard and you were lucky enough to stay out of Twitter for the past week or so, there's a new manga coming out. Let me get the name of it. Um, where's the exact name of it? Hold on. It's something like God, I want the translated name. Here it is. The new manga coming out is a rom-com called The Dark Brown Latina Girl is Aiming for My Body. And if there was ever a title that just, gave away the plot, that was it. It's basically just Imagine Nagatoro, but some guy saves a literally Latina girl, foreign exchange student, and then she wants to thank him by having his babies. And that's the entire plot of the manga. But the the two halves of Twitter, the crazy horny side was all over this, being like, yes, hot brown girl, but also the moral outrage side was all over this, because apparently the author, the mangaka, when they asked him, like, is the girl Latina or is her name Latina? And then he was basically like, yes, both. So she is a Latina named Latina. And
all right. All right.
And then asked why he named Latina, why he named her Latina. He says, well, I don't know anything about South American culture, so I just asked Siri for, what are common Latina women names, and it just spit out Latina. So I guess blame Siri. But fuck it works.
Okay, that's like I think if I had a complaint, it would literally just be that, because I'm just like, girl, you could just it could have been a Google search. It could have been a Google search.
But that's what Siri does. And Google search are just one step removed.
Even so, like, I'm not dumb enough to. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's just stupid for that. I can't. Like, there's no way I can, like.
Stupid or genius, Drew?
Dumb as hell. Because it's like if I said what's a name, what's a Japanese name for someone, I'm thinking of a story, am I gonna be like, oh, yeah, his name is Nihonjin? Like, what?
Yeah, that does sound like a Japanese name. Oh,
that is incredibly stupid.
It is, but it's stupid enough to be hilarious, and I appreciate the boldness, even if it was unintentional. Listen, I'm sure he could have gotten Maria, or like insert generic South American name here or Spanish name here, but just Latina is great. Like, I would totally read a manga that's just about a guy named John America or some shit. That'd be fucking great. Make the John America shonen.
Oh my god.
So what side of the camp do you guys fall on? Are you pro Latina, anti Latina? Let us know in the comments.
I just think he could have. I think he could have just like researched for more than literally 3 seconds. I'm sorry, that just sounds like such sheer idiocy. That it almost like.
I feel like people think there's more that goes into names than there actually is. There really isn't. People who come up with names for like fantasy or comics or whatever, they literally just think of some shit and put it.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't need but I don't need like a whole
Naruto's
hour.
Fucking
I don't need a whole day.
I
don't need a whole day dedicated to research. I just need 5 minutes tops. 5 minutes tops. And he was like 3 seconds. It's Latina. Let's go.
Well, think of it this way: if he did his research and just named her Maria, no one would give a shit about this manga. But he named her Latina, so now it works.
That's not true. The title enough would have been.
But the title was referring to her name, not her nationality, so it would have just been called, I don't know what. The dark brown Maria is aiming for my body.
What's up, Latina girl? We're gonna assume that he's using Latina to describe the girl.
No, he meant it as her name, but I guess that's just how it translated in. You know how Japanese is.
Oh. So it was just like a happy accident, that's the name?
Yeah, it's literally just a happy accident because he used Latina as the name, but then I guess Google Translate was like, Latina, this is a descriptor for a nationality or
Yeah,
ethnicity.
girl. In
So
2024, I'm like, we have internet, we have technology, we have resources. This is just
and he
this is
did.
just this is
He used
just
Siri.
this is just late. This is just lazy. If anything, I'm just like, if this is how much energy you picked into her name, like how much energy did you pick into actually making a good manga?
Listen,
That's where I'm at. Like,
if he was as creative with the name as he is with the manga,
then
this
it's
is
gonna
gonna be a
be
bestseller.
then it's going to be it's either gonna be terrible or it's gonna be accidentally great, just like the title accidentally worked.
Maybe, who knows? We'll cover it
Mm-mm-mm.
when the anime gets made in 5 years or whatever.
Or whatever. Dude, when does it release?
I don't know. Can clarified on August 15th. Doesn't have a release date. But if they're announcing it already, it's probably sometime this summer or like October.
Yeah, like this isn't worth me like yelling at anyone on Twitter about, but I would just be like, this is stupid. This is stupid. That well, I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's something redeemable about this manga.
I'll be checking it out. So
Yes, let us know,
it has my
honey.
vote of confidence.
All right. Now that we're done with our news, it's time for our weekly reviews, and we're going to start off with let's start off with Oshinoko season 2, episode 8. Yay! It's the Kana episode.
Is this my episode of the
Kinda.
week? No, it's not my episode of the
It's
week.
not much.
Even though it is the kind of episode I've been waiting for.
I know.
It's so sad, so tragic. But
Um,
yes, this was a great kind of episode.
it was. I'm gonna say something that I don't know. I guess people would think that Oni would say.
Mm.
I want them to give her more. I feel like it wasn't enough.
Kana?
Yes, Kana. It wasn't.
I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you said it and not me. I wanted to see more of her acting.
I feel like I didn't get the same punch as the others.
Yeah, they had way better moments, and Kana's was just like, "What?" Snapshot.
Like she kind of just said some words, she kind of flipped around and said, "Haha, I'm acting," and I'm just like,
and they're like, "Whoa!"
Whoa, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" It's like, and I'm just like, I wish I can feel what the audience is feeling right now. It's not. I'm not quite getting it.
Yeah, like when Homeboy had his moment like a couple episodes ago where he fucking kicked the sword and caught it and all that shit. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. When Akane had her moment, I was like, whoa, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Kind of just did like a flip, and that was it.
Yeah, if anything, I would say Aqua had more moments.
Oh yeah, Aqua was more a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
When he grabbed her face and like scrunched it up.
Yeah, that was wild. Also, I really like the actor Blade, aka Himekawa. You know, he knows that Kana was falling behind, and you know, even though he seems so like whatever, he seems so low energy, he's still like, no, I'm not about to lose to Akane. It's a very subtle but very strong competitive streak in him.
Yeah. He's a really cool character. I really hope we get to see more of him.
Yeah, and then it feels like everyone just ad-libs without telling Kana.
Fuck the script. Everyone ad-lib now.
And Kana's the only one who doesn't know, apparently.
I kind of wish they would show the director freaking out a little bit more about them ad-libbing, because I feel like he would not be. If this was more realistic, the director would not be as cool with them just fucking going off script constantly.
Oh, absolutely not. But yeah, but they all adjust, and she kind of does her thing. I think what happened was that they decided, instead of giving her shine, they're like, let's focus on her background story, which is like, I mean, I get it. We get some more insight. You know, we learned that it wasn't simply just kind of being like a spoiled little brat.
Which I kind of knew already because we got
right
most of her I was gonna say black story, most of her backstory earlier, like in season 1. It's pretty
yeah
tragic, so I kind of extrapolated on the rest of it.
exactly. It was a huge surprise that her mother also led to the central downfall of her career
Mm-hmm.
by being, well, her, for lack of better words. Her mom was just trying to live vicariously through her daughter, and yeah, I guess she just did the most. And damn, and then the whole her dad having a whole affair.
Affair, yeah.
I was like, oof.
We can't all live happy lives like Akane.
I don't understand why every time people fall apart in Japan, like the immediately the house is covered in garbage. Like whenever their mental health is collapsing, and just
garbage
everywhere. Let me tell you something. In my deepest depression, like at that, like no, I'm not being surrounded by garbage. Like, like because the moment I wake up in the middle of the night and I see all the bugs and roaches all over me because I'm surrounded by garbage.
Yeah,
I'm.
cool.
That's the end of my story. I'm jumping out the window. Like I'm like I can't get any more depressed than this. Time to just fly like an eagle. Okay. No. I don't know shade to anyone who actually is going through a depressive state where you know it
where
is.
you feel like piling up all the garbage for no reason.
Yes, I hope wishing you ease in your life. I'm just saying that's not for me.
Yeah,
but
understandable.
But yeah, getting back to the episode. Oh, when she started doing her thing, and this only furthered. It's only further in my mind pushed the Akane Kana
Oh yeah.
trope. I mean ship. Cause Akane lost her mind. She was just like Kana 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 Kana
Kana Kana.
I'm just like, yes. yes. Rivals to lovers story, let's go.
Yeah, she had a bit of a moment.
Mm-hmm.
A Kanagasm.
Mm-hmm. So can we talk about like what I felt like was the elephant in the room with like the last scene with Aqua?
Yeah.
In the sense that like I feel like this grown ass man is giving this child some horrible advice.
Yeah, okay, so that was definitely weird and it was very uncharacteristic because I thought his whole thing was like trying to help Aqua.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he is, but like in a very negative
right,
way.
like this is like you're trying to help, but like in a way that's like
not healthy at all.
Yes, this is very unhealthy. He was like, you didn't have to tell him the way to do this. Like you didn't have to tell him, yeah, you can just be a good actor. You just have to hate acting. Like you can't have fun with it. You actually have to lean into the trauma of your dead mom. Yeah, and let it consume you.
Something tells me he is not a qualified psychologist. He can't.
No.
Yeah, what you want to do is embrace your trauma and let it let it involve in every part of your life. All right, especially in your career. You want to make sure your trauma is involved in your career.
Yeah, that was. I was like, wait, what are you telling Aqua? Like, I was like, wait. I was like, I was really thinking he's gonna like I don't know, talk some sense into him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was gonna turn into like one of those like, yes, and I'm an old man giving you sage wisdom, and this is how you can do what you want and still stay true to yourself, or whatever contrived bullshit they come up with. Okay, but not contrived bullshit. I didn't mean it to sound so rough, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Instead, he was like, "No, give into the darkness." So I was like, "Oh,
give in to the dark side."
Yeah, kind of that. Just he said it in a very like, just like just nice way, like very casual. Oh yeah, just have to hate acting.
I actually misread that scene at first, and I had to go back and rewatch it because what I thought had happened was he was going to tell him not to give in to the dark, like don't let your trauma surface or whatever while you're acting. And then I thought that him seeing Akane's character just like bleeding out, like triggered him, and then this was gonna be a flashback saying, "No, you shouldn't be triggered," but it was the opposite.
No, no, he.
I'm like, that just feels weird.
Yeah, damn. I feel like that was like a big pivotal moment in his character. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of just like, oh, there's really no turning back now. It feels like one of those moments.
Yeah. Also, he's fired, right? You can't just fucking bite your coworker.
I don't think it was like an actual bite.
Seemed like a bite.
I'm pretty sure I'm almost positive it was like a stage bite.
Like a play bite, like a fucking.
Yeah. Like okay. Well, we won't know until next episode because I think it ended on the bite.
It ended on the bite, but he had like that look in his eye.
Oh yes. Oh, with his eye like transformed again.
Me he wasn't his dark star.
His Magenkyo Sharingan evolving. Once again.
Something tells me he was not like, oh, I'm gonna hold back with this bite just to do a little tease. Hee. No, I think he kind of like sunk his teeth in.
Oh well, I guess we'll find out next episode.
We will, but if what's the homeboy's hurt, I would totally be like, oh, cool, Akane, that was great, but you're fired.
Yeah, that part. All right. Up next, we have Feelings in Russian, episode 8. Oh my god.
Okay. This was a silly episode. I'm just gonna come out and say
it. No, it was silly.
It was like I enjoyed it, but it was kind of silly. Like this girl, there's glass of this girl because I can't remember her name because she's so insignificant.
Haniyama.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna acknowledge her name because she's so fucking annoying. She's the definition of a plot device.
Yeah.
She just existed to sling shit for no fucking reason other than like. Even when she was giving her backstory, like, okay, why do you? Whose business is it that Kuze decided to team up with somebody else? Why do you care so much?
Like,
just because they beat you once, they got to be fucking together forever now, and he's not allowed to hang out with any other chick. What?
Like, I know teenagers get oddly emo about this shit sometimes, but like. She took the cake. Like I was like, I think
she was in the wrong series.
She would be great on Oregairu.
This is some Oregairu shit. Yeah. This was like, how did this Oregairu ass character get stuck in this comedy?
Oh my gosh. Shout out to I don't know. It's like on one hand, I'm like shout out to Alia. She was good at the beginning, but then it's like, oh my god, Alia needs to like. I'm getting a little tired just watching Alia get saved by Kuze every fucking time.
I was saying in my mind while I was watching that scene because I knew you were gonna talk about it. I was like, oh no, not Drew's gonna feel the same way about Alia as I felt about Lawrence. Like, why does she keep getting saved when she's supposed to?
But no, that's different. One is literally being chased by a bunch of merchants and can't defend himself, and he literally has to rely on his girlfriend, who's like a fox deity. This is just a school debate. I mean, yes, and albeit, to be fair, even I did not predict that they were going to cheat. Cheating in a debate is fucking insane. Like, cheating just to win a debate is wild. That is insane. Sending people to just literally hiring people just to sabotage your opponent is crazy. Like, that is way too much. That is way too much. like what?
Just a little bit much.
That was a lot. And then after Kuze kind of just does his thing. Then homegirl just runs away. I'm like, not you ran. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was hilarious.
I was like, not you running away like a bitch. Like that kind of pissed me off. Cause I'm just like,
That's why I said it was silly. It was like she literally like, oh, I performed my purpose in the story. Time to literally run away and never show up again.
yeah, that was yeah. Like I would have liked an act. I don't know. Am I weird for just saying I would have just liked the actual debate, like just a debate
No,
all the way
I.
through, and
It would
then
have been more boring in my opinion, but it would have made more sense if it was just a real debate.
I don't know, but it was I don't know. I mean, I guess you would say it was more boring. I would have picked more boring than this. Whatever this was, because this is just like you said, it was just nonsensical.
Yeah, it was very nonsensical.
Very nonsensical. Also, yeah, the glasses and the gyaru. I'm assuming they're just like lesbians.
Yeah, the Gyaru was the best part of it because she's literally looked just like Hayasaka from Kaguya.
Yes, yes, yes,
Kaguya.
yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So I love that, and she was great, just like Hayasaka.
Yeah.
I loved her. Like, oh well, we quit. my running mate just ran off. We're done.
And then Yuki and Kuze, not Yuki and Kuze, excuse me. Oh yeah, Yuki having that part where they're in the room like watching. She's having that moment where she's pretending to be like all condescending.
Yeah, like the literal final boss moment. She's looking at them from above in her suite.
Yeah, that was that was pretty funny. I was like, oh my gosh, she's taking this seriously, and then it turns out to be of course, ends up being a bit. I'm just like, oh, this bitch, of course. This is episode 8, and they have 4 more episodes. Okay, so I hope the next episode is just like, oh my god, we're getting down to the wire. I just hope, yeah, I hope that just the rest of the series is just them literally doing the election.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Well, I'm actually am kind of curious to see who's going to win. I'm assuming it's going to be Aya, but this series is just crafty enough to make it so that Yuki wins and like Aya learns a lesson or something. So, pretty curious to see where it goes.
Yup. All right, let's move on to Tower of God, season 2, episode 8. So, a bit. Here's the time skip you wanted.
Yeah, there was a bit of a time skip,
but you don't outwardly like they don't. They don't say it until it. You have to catch on to it as they're talking. I mean, but enough. I think I just knew it was a time skip based on like Wagnon's hair, and then them bringing up Emily, the AI.
Yeah, that was to me the most interesting part of the episode. The AI, which I'm assuming is going to play a big role in this arc or future arcs, because they heavily focused on her. Also, I didn't know this was just like a thing. Like people, like, oh yes, of course there's an AI we use to navigate the time. Like, why didn't you guys ever use this before in any of the previous episodes?
Yeah, it's probably just the information to make its way down to the top to the tower. Tower's a big place.
At first, I thought it was the little girl that was like the AI, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But then I rewatched that scene. I'm like, "Oh man, that would have been a clever twist if she was the AI."
Yeah, I guess it just shows them a 2-year time skip and them getting ready for the next games. Oh, I think I know what's coming up next. Okay, it's coming back to me. If it is what I think it is, I'm kind of actually excited for that. I hope so. Cause yeah, this is just like I don't know. It felt kind of awkward.
Yeah, this felt like I don't want to say a filler episode because it didn't feel fillery, but it felt very much like
like
out
as
of place compared to the other ones.
like usually the time skip would happen like after like something big happened like at the end of the arc, but like last week's episode, it it wasn't like super like yes it was building up to like the time skip where the guide was like, yeah, not 2 years and you're gonna be at the blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it didn't feel like the end of like a big arc. Like they fought the Manzino dude, got their asses beat. He gave them flour anyways. Some shit
Mm-hmm.
happened, and then they're like, oh well, 2 years from now, some shit's about to happen. Bye. Hmm. I guess because the Manzino stuff was like it was like a little bit longer in the manhwa for sure. Not that I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying it needed to be any longer in the anime form though, but because it was like this whole kind of its own arc
Right.
in the manhwa. Then once they did the time skip, I'm like, okay, that felt a little bit more natural as opposed to just like, oh, two episodes of finding this flower and then time skip. Yeah, it felt a little out of place, I admit. Uh, but yeah. Oh, also that scene with the with the clearly psychotic dude with the chirpy bird. That was
Oh yeah,
that was
that was cute.
stupid.
I killed him.
And I like once again seeing the girl with the glasses be good with her lighthouse a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You
And also, we got some more moments between little girl and gray hair dude that is clearly gonna die protecting her.
know.
They're just building that up even more.
Yeah, no, that was cute. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, and then also them asking, not them asking the AI for help during like an exam. I thought that was pretty funny.
I mean, it makes sense. I'm gonna totally ask AI for everything.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. If it's what I think it's about to happen, I'm super looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Up next, even though it is not on any chart,
Mm-hmm.
up next is Nokotan episode 8.
I don't know why it's not on any chart anymore.
I don't know either. This is Shikanoko's influence now.
Yeah.
It's not affecting any chart. Speaking of her influence, which is once again only feeding into my theory.
Yeah, this is theories kind of still coming around. It's still
Yeah,
very viable.
and you know, it would be one thing if it was like, oh yeah, these people never saw Noko, so they just think she's some like weird dear girl that like, and that's me stretching it. That is
Mm.
me stretching it. But then once I saw that Anko and what's her name, Chisome.
Mm-hmm.
Once I saw they got fooled, that's when I knew. I was like, hmm. I was like, no, she definitely has like some magical ability to like just like do some like really, I guess, some powerful form of hypnotic suggestion.
Yeah, it's. I would not be surprised if that is the case
Yeah, and
because
then for
it
some
definitely seems like it.
reason, on the main girl, oh god, why am I forgetting her name? Koshi.
Koshi.
Yeah, Koshi is just immune to it for some reason, which is
Imagine if that is the case though, and we have like this long, actual plot line that plays out as to why. Like we get lore reasons why.
mm-hmm. That'd be pretty cool. Um, I was gonna say the soup sounded so disgusting. Deer antler soup. That sounds
Yeah.
So gross.
You wouldn't eat deer antler soup?
If there was nothing else and I was hungry, probably I probably would. Probably
I
would.
mean, it just sounds really bland. The deer antlers don't taste like anything. So it's
I mean,
just
I'm pretty sure it's
hot water.
okay. I don't think. Oh my god. Okay, no, it was disgusting because the way they made it. Right. Thank you for reminding me. They actually cook her in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me not want it.
You don't want any Noko sweat bath water?
No, I don't want. I don't want any Noko bath water soup. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see. Oh, when they start playing the game and they do the Smash intro animations, that shit was so funny.
That was fucking great.
Yeah. That was really great. Also, I could have sworn, like, for a split second, I thought they were using actual, like, deer crackers.
For like currency.
For currency.
I think they were at the beginning and then just stopped.
Right, that's what I thought. Also, I'm not playing any game where I have to borrow deer crackers on a 50% interest rate. That's.
I mean, that's just Monopoly.
Monopoly. Wait, you don't pay interest on Monopoly, do you? I don't think you pay interest in Monopoly.
I mean, you can, I guess, if you want like house rules or something.
Okay, yeah, if you want to be a super dick.
Yeah, you want loans.
That's crazy. I feel like back in the past, someone was like playing like that. I forget who it was.
It was probably me because I like really complicated fucking Monopoly rules.
No. No. Yeah. And just their ways of like, also the fate reference was great. It's us. Like I got shot by a bunch of arrows. And then yeah, and just like the fun like animation of like how each character um how each character was playing the game, the different routes. No, Shinoko once again going back into the whole deity uh motif. Anko exploring the animal kingdom, and then Koshi becoming an idol and then losing it all.
Getting scandaled
due to allegations of her being or what it was. Not a platypus, but something close.
Capybara.
A capybara.
Japan and its weird ass animals.
Yeah. Yeah, overall this is an enjoyable episode.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Nothing crazy, but it was fun.
Alright, up next we have My Hero Academia. Wait, no. We have plus size. No, I was right. My Hero Academia, Season 7, Episode 14.
I think this is my episode of the week.
Okay.
Mostly because it's funny because it's my episode of the week because I think I enjoyed the episode a lot, but also I'm kind of mad that they didn't do this earlier. Because this whole plot point of like them being racist towards the anthropomorphic heroes was definitely not prevalent at any point in the series until now.
Agreed. It was very much like Spinner talking about it here and there.
Yeah, but it was never showed. And now all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah, remember 6 years ago or whatever when everyone was like rioting and killing and genociding our people? Like, wait, what? No, I don't remember you ever talking about this My Hero Academia.
I think it was like akin to like, oh, this was... It's fine. Like, this is fine for people who live in like more metropolitan areas. Excuse me. But I guess in towns where they're more conservative, they're more rural, more religious. That's when they were just like, oh no, these what do they call them again? They had a name for themselves. It was like
I think it was like anthropomorphs.
Like anthropomorphs, yeah.
But then that sounds too close to Animorphs, so
It
I'm
does.
definitely just gonna say Animorphs at some point.
Okay, then I'm not gonna correct you.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, if you think about it, Animorphs were also Anthropomorphs, so.
Touche.
But yeah, I like that as a plot point because it's very X-Men-y, and I love X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like obviously that makes a ton of sense for a superhero show to tackle. And I love when My Hero Academia uses like actual allegories like from other superhero works in like Western comics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like alludes to other Western comics. So I'm like, oh yes, I get really heavy X-Men vibes from this. I love it. But then I'm like, but this should have definitely been shown earlier in the series and like
right.
elaborated and built upon, and maybe have like a Magneto type of dude, like Spinner, because now Spinner is basically like Magneto, and I just want to see like that could have been built up a lot better.
Yeah, I think I get mostly upset about Koda and Shoji getting this development this late into the series.
Yeah, that's the other part. Like I forgot they even exist, and now I'm just like, oh well, they're fucking really cool. Why didn't we get any of this before?
Okay, well they gave Koda more. They gave Koda more time than Shoji. Like
that's not saying much because they didn't give either of them like anything.
They didn't a lot, but like at least Koda, I was always like, I knew existed in the back of my mind. In the back of my mind, I knew you existed. Shoji, I legit get surprised when I see Shoji sometimes. Be like, oh right, you exist.
Mm-hmm. And then just give him like this. Here's your heavy backstory that we just never bothered to.
Right, like this would have been so much more powerful. Like when they moved into like their new, like dorms or something. They showed this happening. It would have been much more powerful because I think that's a time where like they really, like they were already close already, but like this is them getting close because they're like all living together now.
It would have been so much better if they built up to this just a lot more. I feel like, and that's my kind of problem with this arc in general. I feel like they're just throwing a lot of stuff at the wall now because like, oh shit, we have to finish. So just
yeah, so it feels like in an episode or so we're gonna see Mineta's background or something.
Actually, I was abused as a child, and that's why I did. Oh god, oh my god.
I will say the scene where Shoji was talking about his past, and they all like just hugged up on him, curled under really all of his arms. Like, yeah, I actually love that. I was like, oh my god,
that was really great. Yeah, I wish we had gotten it earlier, but yeah, that was great. No, that's why I'm so like conflicted on this. Like, I love this episode a lot, but then part of me is like, but it could have been so much better if they like did it.
Agreed. Also, I low-key ship Koji and Koda in my mind.
Oh yeah, they definitely had like a thing going on.
Yeah, I
especially because of that whole scene where it's like, oh, when you find someone you love, and you know, don't forget to protect them, and then so I feel like the show is definitely implying that.
That'd be cute. And then of course, the Spinner is clearly just losing his mind because of the quirk that he got from All for One. Also, 15K people at the hospital, and y'all really don't have. Damn, y'all don't have nobody. 15K is insane. That's a lot of fucking people.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
It's a huge ass hospital.
I mean, unfortunately, I guess it's sad that the country kind of already went to shit. So I can't expect them to have any backup. Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, back to Spinner. I love how they kept calling Spinner the spokesperson, and he's not even speaking.
Yeah, like he's the spokesperson. He's just like, here's our spokesperson, the Hulk.
That one part where they're just like, oh yeah, da 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 da, where Shoji starts like legit asking questions, like sensible questions, like, hey, what's the point of this? What's your plan besides just kill everyone and riot? And then everyone's like, yeah, he'll protect us, right? This is for the rights, and everyone, right? Yeah, spokesperson, yeah, Spinner, yeah, yeah. And Spinner's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then that guy who's clearly acting as a um kind of I don't know. I guess he's like a proxy for All for One.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I guess what they're saying is like now, no matter what happens, the general public, they have a face to all this shit that's happening. Essentially, just being able to pin it on Spinner.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, which actually makes me feel so sad because like they're weaponizing the anger from the Anthemors being discriminated against without realizing that they're just yet another pawn in their scheme. Like that makes me really sad.
Do you feel like this show would be better if it was seinen instead of a shonen? If it was more like 18 plus audience or something, or at least older audiences? Because I did see like a lot of people complaining about this episode because they were just like, no one cares about these characters. Go back to the Deku fight. And I just feel like there's such like the writing in My Hero Academia is actually really, really good, but I feel like the audience really being just a bunch of shonen teenagers that just want action holds it back from because like part of me blames the show being like, oh, you should have done more to develop these characters, but then I feel like if it did do that, people would hate the audience would hate it because they're just like want action and they don't care about character development or like important themes or anything.
It's like that's a very good question. I ultimately think that I still like this as a shonen because I feel like as a seinen this can just get so
dark.
right, so dark and low key. I feel like the same audience would if they would have the same audience at the end of the day. You think kids aren't watching M-rated bloodshed? Like it's the same kids who love this or the same kids who love whatchamacallit, The Boys. And I'm going to assume that definitely there's a healthy amount of teenagers who definitely watching The Boys even though they should not be. Well, for rating reasons. But yeah, I don't think changing the genres would have much of a difference. They would complain all the same. Like
good point.
That's just the audience. So and honestly, no shade. Fuck the audience. Like, fuck the general audience. Like make it good. You don't. They don't have to like it. A lot of people are like, there's so many people who are just like, oh my gosh, I hated the middle part, season 3, and it's so bad. But it was bad because you guys didn't feel like reading. Let's just say it. You guys didn't feel like reading, constructing. Like season 3, I don't know. Like I'm sure they're like actual arguments for why it could be like considered one of the weaker seasons of Attack on Titan. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting confused. But like basically where they're going into like the lore and the background stories and
I didn't even know people hated that. I love season 3.
like people like it's either.
But yeah, not to mention it is
2 or 3
action.
Yeah, it's no, which is why a lot of people when they ask, they're like, yeah, I didn't really care for season 3. I'm just like, because you didn't care to read. You didn't care to read. You didn't care of the background stories. You just wanted to watch people kill Titans or Titans eat people.
Yeah, pretty much.
So no, I don't think it would have been better as a seinen, and I think the mangaka should have just told them, "Hey, shut the fuck up. We're getting a chapter or 2 about these anthemorphs, and you're gonna watch them have 8 arms and talk to animals, and you're gonna like it, bitch." That's how I feel about it.
That was his exact tweet. This is why I could never be an author and have a Twitter because I would totally just say that.
Right, exactly. What? Because I really would gladly be like, oh my god, I'm so thankful. Well, I don't know. For money, I can be a little nice for some money. But I will just be like, yeah, girls, if you looking for, I definitely would be shady. I'd be such a shady
Yeah, I'd
author.
be super shady.
I'd be
About
like,
it.
yeah, if you want just like mindless Rasengans and shurikens, go watch Naruto again, like, and leave me alone. Oh, also Koda got a like his own transformation.
Oh yeah, he got like horns.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was a cool moment. Um, yeah, I this is a good episode. I wonder if they're gonna just keep doing bouncing around from location to location, or if they're gonna finish this up.
I think they'll finish this up next episode.
All right, that is cool. What episode are we on at the end? 14. Yeah, we have a whiles to go. So yeah, we probably could, you know, justify one more episode. Um, yeah. All right, let's move on to our last show of the night. Plus size of episode 8.
Yes, I'm continuously impressed by how they work the entire cast into every episode.
Yeah, they're like, hey everybody, we're doing yoga, hot yoga. Also, I feel like this is like the least ecchi I've ever like watched. If that makes any sense.
I mean, it depends what you mean because there's a lot of edgy. There's like nudity. I mean, but
There's
it's
not
very
nudity,
contextualized.
right? So it doesn't
It's
feel
not like
sexual.
vulgar. It's not
Yeah,
vulgar at all.
yeah. Like the worst they'll like. I think this episode like they did a little bit when they were like, huh, here's the yoga poses and yeah, some of them definitely resembled sex positions, but like even that part wasn't like too long.
Yeah.
And when everyone was naked, they were just like walking like, oh, we're just naked. Like, they weren't doing
Yeah,
anything
like
sexy
literally,
about
like
it.
we're going into a sauna.
Exactly. So yeah, and then of course when Oga was like, I let set up joke with Oga, where she's like, "Oh, I know what we're about to do," and I'm just like, "Oh, she definitely doesn't know what they're about to do."
Yeah, it was cute. I like that they have this little intro, like her with the
Cyclops,
I forgot what her, no, well, her and the Cyclops, but also the little
but
kid
the
looking,
gremlin, the kobold.
yeah, the kobold, yeah, and it's just like her trying to be all motherly, and then the Cyclops gets in the way, like, oh, you're a shitty parent, actually.
And they like want to fight. The winner is her mother. Like I was like, what?
They're fighting. Dark Elf and Elf are fighting.
It turned into a big ass brawl.
Oh yeah.
I felt so bad for the MC. He just wanted to do yoga with them.
Also, hot yoga sounds fucking. I cannot think of a worse thing for me to do. Like I would not be
Yeah,
caught
you would. Yeah,
dead
you
doing
would.
hot yoga.
Yeah, because you're not exactly flexible, and you sweat at the thought of sweat. So
Yeah, I could do yoga in an air conditioned room and sweat. So the thought of doing it in like a sauna, just like nah, fuck that.
yeah, yoga it's not. Even when I had 2 good feet, yoga was
Mm-hmm.
very much a challenge for me. It was.
Yeah, and I'm not flexible like you said, so I'm not doing
Yeah,
no
I'm also not flexible,
yoga.
so like not my cup of tea. I was like, oh, and then yeah, making it hot on top of it, like, ugh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, all in all, it was a cute episode. They had like little things here and there. Um, the dragon, what's her name? Like Gonda or Honda, something like
Yeah,
that.
Ganda, I think.
Yeah, she kind of was just there. Like, hey, teach me, and then of course she had that part where she just takes off her pants,
Mm-hmm.
which once again doesn't feel etchy. Um, and then she's like, "Yeah, teach me yoga," and then homeboy just passed out. I'm assuming due to stress.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a short episode. Well, they're all short, but not nothing too much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very, very fun and all the same. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yoga turned to brawl. I like it. All right, I think that is the last show that we're covering for reviews. So which means this is the end of the episode. So yeah, Oni, please be here and take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you can catch every episode as it goes up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches. We're watching Oshi no Ko now since the Isekai Suicide Squad ended, but we will be covering a new show next season. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you become a member. But until next time, Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Shout out to people I saw at Anime NYC.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're cool. I had fun. And yeah, shout out to everyone who else is going to any conventions. I hope you guys get all the good stuff. Lots of posters that you clearly can't fit into your bedroom. And yeah, hope you have a great start of your week.
Agreed. And yes, thanks again for everyone who saw us at MIYC. Really love seeing you guys. Really appreciate all of you. And hopefully we'll see you again next year. But you'll also see us again next week on this podcast. So until then, this has been Sobroni and
Scooby Doo.
we'll catch you all later. Later.
Bye.